Hey everybody, it's Beth from Yoga and Reiki Bliss, and I'm back with one more video about the planes of motion. And today we're looking at the transverse plane. Now the transverse plane would divide our body in half, top to bottom. And so any movement that rotates us is a transverse plane movement, even rotating your arm or rotating your thigh. So twists basically are transverse plane movements. So let's hop on the mat. Today, I think we'll need a blanket and maybe a block or a book, but for sure a blanket so you can sit up on, or a chair to sit up on. And so we're going to start seated. I'm going to choose to sit in Sukhasana. That's just one of my favorite ways to sit. It's just crisscross legs. And I'm working to keep the pelvis, my pelvis, upright. So not tucked under and slumped back and rounded through my lower back, right? We don't want here. We want to be up toward the front of the sitting bone. So sit up high enough so that you can do that without a ton of effort. You feel like you're propping yourself up. We'll just take a moment to breathe. And when you're ready, let's breathe the arms up like a cactus shape. Your arms about the height of your shoulders. And if that's too much for your shoulders, your hands to your hips will do just fine. Or even your hands behind your head with your fingertips just right by the backs of your ears. Try to keep the front ribs down so we're not making a back bend. And when you exhale, you're going to make a twist to your left as far as you can comfortably go, just using your muscles that twist you. As you inhale, we'll come back through the center. As you exhale, we'll twist to the right. Again, just using the muscles that twist you. Breathe your way back to the center. We're going to go again to the left. So trying not to leverage through the arms, which is why we're giving them a job to do. Breathe in through the center. Take it over to the right. One more time, we'll breathe through the center and twist. Inhale through center and twist. Let's breathe through the center and release. And let's shift onto your hands and your knees. You could unfold your blanket and place it under your knees if you like. So here we are in tabletop. You have your hips over your knees, your fingers spread, your hands under your shoulders, a little push of the ground away. And as you breathe in, let's reach your right arm out to the side and let your torso rotate to the right over your standing left arm. As you exhale, you're going to thread your right arm through, but don't let it touch, hover. Push down, unfold, rotate to the right. As you exhale, thread through and hover. One more time, breathe in. One more time, breathe out. If you want to let your shoulder and your head rest on the ground for a moment or two, you can. If they don't easily come to the ground, put another blanket or a block under your head and enjoy a breath in this little rotation. The next time you breathe in, let's root down into that left hand and come on up. And we'll come back to hands and knees. I'm just going to turn my orientation so you can see it on the side. As you inhale, we're going to take your left arm out to the left and thread it underneath your right arm. Breathing in, so you're feeling that rotation of your torso around your standing arm and threading through. One more time, breathe in. One more time, breathe out, and we'll stay. Let that right hand be just a nice support beam for one more breath. And as you inhale, root down, come on up. As you exhale, re-arrive. Now from here, let's go ahead and step your own personal right foot forward. Tuck your left toes under and lift your left knee. So now we're in more of a sagittal plane movement, but we're going to add in some rotation. As you inhale, rotate your torso to the right. Your right arm can rise up. Your right hand could come to your hip. Either way is great. So that rotation going on, one more breath. And as you inhale, go ahead, lower your hand down, bring your knee back down, bring your right knee back. Take a breath in. Let's step the left foot forward. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee. Take a breath in, get long without locking out your back knee. Reach through that heel, and when you're ready to exhale, rotate to the left. And breathe your breath. Thinking lengthening through your heel to your head and rotating. One more time, breathe in. And one more time, breathe out. As you breathe in, lower your hand. And let's step forward for a moment, Uttanasana. Go ahead and bend your knees. Breathe your hands to your hips. Press down into your heels a lot, into your breath. Then when you inhale, press down to rise up. So we're going to stay mostly with this rotational feel. Let your feet find a comfortable distance. I'd go maybe even a little wider than your hips. Or just take some nice standing twists. Even let your arms be super loosey-goosey, like overcooked spaghetti, all the way through your fingertips. And I'm letting this come from my feet, but you can keep your feet planted and just rotate through maybe your torso. But I enjoy letting the feet come into this. Let's do this a couple more times. And then we'll slowly wind it back down till you come back to the center. And just pause just to notice how that feels. And then one last thing I wanted to share with you is another standing sequence. Again, we're going to start from this place of Tadasana. I like my feet about the distance of my hips, my pelvis pretty neutral, my rib cage pretty neutral, my head neutral. And I'm going to step back with my left foot and I'm going to reach my arms back. So I'm rotating around. Then I'm going to step it forward a little bit in front and rotate in the other direction. So I'm stepping back and turning out and rotating out. I'm stepping forward a little turned in and rotating the other direction. One more time. And then coming back. I'll show you from this direction. In this case, I'm going to use my right leg. I'm going to step out and back to the right and rotate. And I'm going to step a little bit forward in and rotate. So I'm turning out and rotating, turning in and rotating, turning out and rotating, turning in and rotating, and coming back to center. And then just give yourself a moment to pause, to notice the residue of that kind of movement, all those twists. Noticing, again, do they feel new or familiar? Is it something you were craving? Is there something else your body's craving? And so all of this gives you more information as a movement practitioner on how you might want to move in your own personal practice, what your body is in need of. And so that would help you make choices for your practice as well. So I hope you've enjoyed moving in this way. If you want to learn more about working with me or even just more about moving in this way, you can check out my website. This is yourbliss.com and find out more. There's videos to practice with, there's classes to take, and there's just things that I like to write about, things I'm curious about. So thank you for being curious with me. I will look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.